Good morning, good morning, good morning. Woo, it's a lot going on, child, this morning. They ready to swing and bang early in the morning. I was over there watching YouTube cameras and child, it's going down. It's going down when you're not around. Hey, Gamecock Jenny. Hey, James Love. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope everybody's having a good morning. I hope everybody's had a good week so far. And that when y'all go into this weekend, y'all have a good weekend. Come on up here and lay down. Be good babies. Thank you. Yeah, I know. You sweet babies. Sweet babies. I know. I know. The mama's babies. I hope everything's working out with the new leg. I know it's a process, you know what I'm saying, getting used to it and all that other stuff. And I hope it fits well. Sometimes they have to go in and refix things. You know how that goes. So hopefully everything's going well with that Gamecock Jenny, because I know how life be lifing. Um, but today is Wellness Wednesday, and I've been seeing a lot of people crashing out online recently, like a lot of people. It ain't just down to a single person. And if it don't apply, let it fly, as they say, right? And so we got to think about our mental health when it comes to this stuff sometimes, right? And when it comes to, so you got it adjusted Monday and you're going back in 2 weeks. I hopefully they'll get everything straight on it, because I know that it also, because see, when my son had his AFOs, his braces, there were times that we would have to go back and they would have to cut the braces and fix them, because sometimes things would be too tight, so they'd have to adjust, and that's another way they keep the AFOs on the kids a little bit longer. Is over time, as the kid's foot grows, they actually go in and they'll heat up the brace and like stretch it a little bit. They'll cut it. They'll, fix it and all that matter. You know what I mean? So, um, and they'll do that until they can't anymore before they have to make a new pair. So, yeah, my son had it. Let's see, I think it was 5 or 6 set of braces before he ended up having his surgery, and then he didn't have to wear them no more. But yeah, so we went through like 5 or 6, 7 pairs, something like that, over a period of years. But I hope everything goes well with that and everything. This morning, with watching some of this stuff, and then I saw somebody was, in another sector was trying to do a peace summit. Well, here's the thing, or talk about peace, or talk about people, like having a coming to Jesus moment, or a calm down or whatnot. You can't do that if people aren't willing to do that. And to have that kind of talk is good, but at the same time, you would have to get all the parties together at once, which is going to be very hard to do. And you would have to have somebody who can control the panel and make etiquette a thing, right? So you would have to get everybody together and get everybody at a standstill and a understanding. Even if the understanding is, we're going to plan to walk away and never speak on each other again, even if the understanding is, hey, if you speak about me, I'm going to speak about you. Whatever the understanding that you decide to come to is about, right? Because that's the only way to broker a peace treaty, pretty much. You have to have all parties involved present and together at one time. Then on top of that, you got to make sure everybody agrees to everything, because some people aren't going to agree to things, right? Not all the time. But I was thinking about this morning, trauma responses. You know what I'm saying? And what people go through. Some people don't even realize that they have trauma, or are dealing with trauma at that moment. They don't even realize what they're doing is a trauma response. well, see, I'm thinking Gamecock Jenny that I think if they adjust it, something's obviously not adjusted correctly. You know what I'm saying? For it, you know, to be giving you any issues, if something's not adjusted properly. So hopefully they figure out the adjustment. Um, Hopefully they fix what's going on with it or whatever the issue is, and hopefully that'll help. Because obviously, something ain't right with it or something. You know what I mean? And for how much those things cost, yeah, that needs to be fixed ASAP. You should be, just rolling and going with it. Hey, Mr. Rubin, how you doing this morning? I hope you're having a good morning. Boy, we stayed up late last night, didn't we? Y'all know I don't normally stay up at all, but I couldn't sleep last night. I ended up taking my Depo-Provera shot this weekend, and my legs hurting. So I was having some leg pain, and that's why I was up to watch Watcher, because most of the time I be asleep at that time. That's why I'm always missing part of Fumble Friday, and I only see part of it sometimes, or I'll be missing it all together, and then sometimes I miss Twin Mama because she goes on so late at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'll be asleep by that time, and I hate missing her lives, but I always catch her replay every morning. But I would love to be able to actually catch her live, and maybe, I mean, I know she don't drop the link like that, but I would love to hit her link one day and just have a good old conversation with Twin Mama. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never up at that time. I'm usually asleep. I'm using my little happy butts in bed by that time. Because I usually my dogs wake me up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they'll lick me in the face when they want to get up to go. You know where? I ain't gonna say the word because they'll be looking at me like they ready now, um, knowing they just went not long ago. But yeah, that is true. At least PZ did tell the truth that you didn't put his medical info out. Now I don't know what. Here's the thing. I haven't heard from anybody what PZ's medical stuff is. You know what I'm saying? But at least he did tell. I will say Johnny should have kept his mouth shut on his situation and should have told no one about his situation with the SSI stuff or whatever, because there's certain things you just don't speak out loud about that stuff, because then the haters gonna come at him and keep coming in. Whoever called and did that now knows that that's a problem for him. Not to mention, you. Why would you want to mess that up knowing that's your insurance? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Health insurance is not cheap. Oh, the 3 letters. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Um, you know, having having insurance is super important, and I wouldn't do anything to mess that up if I had that. Um, because I'm gonna tell you something. Have y'all paid for health insurance? It's not cheap. It's not cheap. And then health insurance don't always cover everything, so you got these out of pocket expenses and all this other stuff. Now, when my son was little, he hasn't drawn an SSI check since he was very little. He did draw one, and you have to report everything, every little tiny detail, right? Um, he got cut off when he was 8 years old because they said he was just like any other kid after he had his 8 or 10 when he had his surgery. But before then, my son did. And the reason he drew it was for his health insurance at the time. He needed that health insurance. You know what I'm saying? Because of all his doctors and everything else. Could he go back and qualify now if he so choose to? Probably. But I think he wants to go on and do robotics and go into doing things and stuff like that. And I'm not going to hold him back. But if in case he ever figures out that he can't, he does qualify, because of cerebral palsy is a disease that cannot be cured. It can be helped, but it can't be cured. Um, it's actually on the list. There's a list of like 4 or 5 diseases that you automatically qualify for, and I forget what the other ones are. I know one of them is blindness, the other one's deafness. If you're deaf, if you're blind, and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna say like, you know what I'm saying. Like people should listen to you, Mr. Rubin, because a lot of times you have very good thought processes and you work things out in your head in a logical sense, right? So therefore, when you do that, you actually you've worked out all scenarios, and people, you know, should listen. But you know, giving people's track records, people don't listen. And also, I'm gonna say this: what I heard, you know, when y'all were talking in chat, um, I think he did it again. I don't think it was anybody else. I really don't. Um, um, because I don't think anybody from our group, and they're going to blame it on our group, would have even called because we don't mess with people's real lives. Do you not understand that? No matter how pissed off you think we are at you, we don't go real life. You get what I mean? So a lot of us ain't even going to call or mess around or bother nobody. We may talk shit. Yeah, we may talk a lot of shit. I admit that. Um, we may roast the fuck out of you and gag. You know what I'm saying? We may make fun of your picture or talk shit, but a lot of us aren't going to do that because we don't go real life. But who does go real life? Common sense. Common sense. Take in the common sense. Have you? You just gotta. You gotta deal with the common sense. You know what I mean? Sometimes people don't have it, and I pray for them. Uh, Common sense states: Watcher ain't real life on nobody. I ain't went real life on nobody. Mr. Rubin, Miss Daniel, Miss Danny, Miss Betty, so on and so forth. Twin Mama ain't went real life on nobody. Who has? Who's called on you in the past? It's a pattern, and technically, you should pay attention to that. And how many times do a person have to tell you they're not your friend for you to get the picture that this is just YouTube shit to them? That they're trying to start fights and end fighting and all this other stuff to keep y'all separated, to keep these fights going so they can have content. Common sense. It literally is common sense. A lot of us too lazy to go look up that damn phone number. I don't even know what the damn phone number is in the first place, and I would never have came on this internet, I will say this right now, and admitted to a damn thing, because there's such thing as plausible deniability. Now you have none. I think that somebody really, I mean, he's talking the way he's speaking, I think somebody really did. But it could also be that he's lying and doing it for attention. That's also another thing. I will say that sometimes, if I was someone, I wouldn't trust nobody. That's just me. And I wouldn't be telling nobody shit. And when that was brought in to play, I didn't even know that he had benefits. I was under the impression that he possibly did when he was talking about his surgeries and stuff, but not knowing, really knowing, you know what I'm saying? You can guesstimate something, but I wouldn't admit to no crime online because that's literally a crime. That's fraud. I wouldn't admit to shit. Hey, Red Wings Hockey Love. I hope you're having a good day at work. Um, I wouldn't admit to no damn crime. I ain't doing it. That's like snitching on yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's like snitching on your own self. I ain't doing it. Not me. Not today, Satan. That's and here's the thing. I would not know about the rumors that were said about Johnny Yarbrough. I want you to hear this, Johnny. I would not know if your friend did not bring it up on Eric Foss's channel. I would not have known about it whatsoever. I had never heard it from anybody on the hater side, as you call them. I had never heard any of those rumors. I had never heard about none of anything that's going on in yours and PZ's life. I heard everything that I heard from your friend. Everything that I heard came from your friend that you claim is your friend. I didn't hear it from nobody else. You got to think about that in retrospect. Really put that in your brain and think about it. Those people ain't your friends. They don't give a fuck about you. You are content to them. You are money to them. They don't care. They done said it 1,001 times. When are you going to listen? When are you going to listen? I would not doubt that whatsoever, Mr. Rubin. I would not doubt that whatsoever. It's mighty funny that they threatened me and then 2 days later it happened. So, yes, I believe one of them did it. And I will not stop to believe that they didn't. Because you threatened me on a panel saying that, and then it happened. So, you can't then retract and say you didn't do it, or somebody in your camp didn't do it if you threatened it and 2 days later it happened. Sorry, it don't work that way. Yep, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, Mr. Rubin. Basically, you sitting there admitting to a fraud. I would not do that. Mm-mm. You can actually get penalized for that. If you look that up, you can actually go to jail for fraud and lying about that shit. And they'll make you pay back every red cent that they ever gave you. From the moment that you started your monetization on your YouTube channel happened until whatever time frame they say, and make you pay back all that money. I would not have admitted to that. I'm sorry. I would not be on this internet telling people about that shit. I would have kept that between me, myself, and I, and in my household. I also wouldn't have been telling folks I had. Because here's the thing. That's the thing. If in case. Now, I'm going to say this. You can have a YouTube channel that is monetized. Right? This goes for people who do have, whatever they're getting. But you have to report it. You cannot not report it. You have to report it. Now, I don't draw disability. They told me at the disability office that years ago when I had my wreck, this is what they told me. We've proven you're disabled, but with your age and education level, because I'm smart, we can't prove you can't do vocational work because I'm smart as hell. You know what I'm saying? But I have degenerative disc disease, but I'm smart, so I don't qualify. Um, they said I'm too smart. And because I have a high education level, that's why I was denied. Yeah. I don't get why people don't put two and two together either, Mr. Rubin, because it's common fucking sense. It's literally common sense. You don't have to be educated to have common sense. You know what I'm saying? Common sense, it's not so common with certain people, but common sense is easy. It's like putting two and two together. 1 + 1 = 2. When you see a pattern of a person, duh. Like, duh. Have you not figured that out yet? Hello. I mean, we could always be wrong about something, but it's just common sense dictates that when a pattern happens and somebody's done it to you before, they do it again. It also dictates, yeah, see, if they would have just listened to you, Mr. Rubin, all they had to do was listen. But people don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to listen. If they would have just listened, they wouldn't be dealing with the bullshit they're dealing with now. Because sometimes if you humble yourself and you listen to others, even if they're considered and I quote unquote hater, that person could actually have good intention for you and or just wanting to tell you the truth, right? Like me, myself, and I, right? I have no hatred towards anybody. So when I try to tell somebody something and they don't want to listen, just because they label me as whatever they label me as a hater or whatever, I'm telling you the truth, whether you like it or you don't like it. I would not know shit about the rumors that were spread about Johnny Yarborough if it wasn't for his friend JT. I wouldn't know about it at all. I heard about it from his own friend. Hey, Susie Rottencrotch, how you doing this morning? You doing all right this morning? You have a good week so far? But a lot of it's just it boils down to a lot of people don't have common sense anymore. That's true. If you watch it over and over again, you get to see the pattern. And some people don't pay attention to patterns and they don't want to believe something. And I'm like, belief is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. Look, open your eyes. Don't be blinded by bullshit. That person does not have your best interest at heart. It is literally right there in front of your face. You're staring at the brick wall. And if you move any forward, it's going to smack you upside the head. And it's like you keep it's like watching Mr. Rubin. This is what it feels like to me. It's like watching somebody keep busting their head on a brick wall and they just keep doing it. Like they don't learn from it. They just keep doing it. They keep headbutting that wall like it's gonna change. Like that wall's just gonna change. That wall ain't going nowhere. It's a brick wall. It ain't gonna crumble. But you keep headbutting it like a dumbass. I'm like, put two and two together. And I'm gonna say this: I believe that by watching Watchers live last night, I believe that Homegrown needs to take a step back. He needs to take a step back, work on what's going on in his life, and don't worry about this shit on YouTube because it's not worth it. It's truly not worth it. Take a step back and worry about what's going on in your real life because this YouTube shit will come and go. You could do other content. You can have 50 different subjects. I myself this morning have Wellness Wednesday, right? So I don't talk about their bullshit all the time. I don't even go watch it. The only time I know if anything happens is when other people report it. Because I don't go watch something I'm not going to go keep walking into the same brick wall. I'm not going to keep busting my head wide open. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's common sense. I'm not going to listen to something that does not uplift me, something that does not put value in my life. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's a waste of my time and energy, and time is the most precious commodity we have. Now, I will say that, Mr. Rubin, you right on that one. He chooses to stay ignorant and chooses to stay in it. Good morning, Miss Raditha. Like, I don't understand why people think people are their friends. How many times do a person have to tell you, none of y'all people on the internet are my friends. I don't know none of y'all in real life. This is just a job to me. This is just money to me. How many times do a person have to say that for you to get the picture? There are some people that do not have your best interest at heart. They could give a fuck less what happens to your channel. They could give a fuck less what happens to you in real life. They don't care. It's literally common sense. When a person shows you who they are, listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Don't think. It's just like, I don't know why some women get with men thinking they can change them. You ain't changing a person that don't want to change. It ain't happening. Just like this peace bullshit, I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you why I don't think it's gonna happen. Because some people can't leave it alone. It's the only content they have. They can't think of other subjects to speak about, and if it ain't about drama, they don't want it. They know that their crowd of people that support them are there for the drama. Why do you think they pull out certain people's names? Why do you think they talk about Watcher all the time? Because they know there's people that don't like Watcher that's going to cheer that on and pay them for it. I know, Miss Ridiculous, I've made some amazing friends on here. I've met some amazing people, and I love each and every one of y'all. But there are people who say that out of their mouth, right? And if they say that, believe them. If they tell you point blank, period, listen to them. That's true. I like that saying, Mr. Rubin. If you play the game, you are subject to the rules of the game, even if the other team cheats. That is true. I don't think that a peace summit will work. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I really don't. There's too much hurt there. There's too much pain there. And there's too many people who make it their content. And they're not going to stop. It's not because drama sells. Drama sells. It really does. I know if I really wanted to, I could strike up a live. I could put a certain name in my title. I know that, and it ain't even got to be him. It could be from my beef sector stuff. It could be from anywhere, right? I know if I really wanted to, I could put certain names in my title, and I could have thousands in this chat starting drama, right? I've done it before. If you look at my original first videos, I've had a few of those lives, right? Drama sells, but I don't want that drama. I want quality over quantity. I want to have good conversations with people, right? And I want quality people that I care about. Because here's the thing, stay in the drama, yeah. Here's the thing, I'm going to say it the only way I know how. You can't grow past the drama, right? You'll never become a large content creator. You'll never if you stay on a specific drama. You're also chasing away new people who may not understand that drama because they don't know what's going on, right? So that's why, if you do want to grow your channel, you do want to do different things, do it. Do regular content. The people who are there for you and like you for you are still going to show up even if there is no drama. And in fact, it'll be a breath of fresh air for them because they're like, oh, I can finally relax. That is true also, Mr. Rubin. You can sacrifice your integrity to win the game, but what are you really winning if you sacrifice your integrity? If you know the other team is cheating, what are you really winning in this game of YouTube drama? What do you really win? Nobody truly wins. You know what I'm saying? It's truly, what do you win though? That's my question. What do you win for the YouTube drama? What do you really win? There is no win. There is no there's just loss. There's just anger. There's just, you know, unnecessary drama in your life that's causing chaos. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Do you want the chaos or do you not want it? Me, myself, and I don't really want the drama like that. I can have it. I know how to deal with it. I know how to roast. I know how to gag. I know how to cuss a mofo out, do all those things. Does that mean that I have to choose to do that? No. I can choose to be a different person. I can choose when to pick it up, when to drop it, when to do what I want to do because it's my life. But there are no winners when it comes to this drama bullshit. You really win nothing, especially if you have stunk, took it real life and sunk real low. You ain't winning nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're playing stupid games, and sometimes you're gonna win a stupid prize, and the prize that you're gonna win ain't even gonna be worth it. You know what I'm trying to say? That prize ain't even worth it because winner, winner, chicken dinner. Hey, twin mama, good morning. I hope you got some good rest last night. I was up late last night. Did you see that, twin mama? You know I ain't never up that late. I was having trouble out of my leg was killing me last night, and that's why I couldn't sleep. Um, I ain't never up late. Um, I ended up falling asleep. I forgot sometime during Watchers Live. I don't remember when. I remember I woke up this morning. Her live was off, but it was still in my on or whatnot because I fell asleep. But in this YouTube drama game, you don't really win anything. So here's the thing: when somebody said that, oh, you lost, you lost, you lost. No, baby, I'm a winner because I chose to rise above, and I don't really care to win this stupid ass YouTube drama bullshit. And the minute you went real life, you lost because you couldn't handle the words that was coming out of my mouth. That you proved you. When someone goes real life on you, they've already lost. When they're doxing you, they've already lost. That means that they couldn't handle a back and forth. They couldn't handle the words that was coming out your mouth, and they got their fifis hurt. And also, that's another thing. You write about that, Mr. Rubin. When you lose who you are, you lose your integrity, you lose your morals, you lose the things that should mean something to you. You've already lost that life. You lost that life, which is worse. I would rather lose this YouTube drama bullshit game than I would lose that life. Like you're changing your morals and your integrity and who you are as a person to try to win a drama war. Oh my God. What did you really win? What, you won that you look like Boo Boo the Fool? What, you won that you sat there and look like an asshole? You won that nobody respects you and hate watches you? You won the fact that a lot of people hate you and would piss on your grave if you die? What, you won if somebody saw you on fire, they wouldn't put you out? That's really winning. You won. Ooh, you really won. You're winning that people think you're a piece of shit. That's a big win right there. Ooh. And that is true, Miss Redita. For some people, it's all about the money, but money means nothing. You know what I'm saying? Money comes and goes. Materialistic shit comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? Friendships and love and morals and integrity and respect and your name meaning something means more than any amount of money. If you were to say certain people's names, here's the thing. When I went, I didn't know who this person was. And when I went to go doing my research, I was like, the holy fuck. Right? I fell down a rabbit hole. I was like, oh, Jesus. When your name has that much negativity attached to it, you've already lost it life, baby. Because when somebody can get on Google and just type your name in and that kind of shit shows up, you don't look too well. You don't look too good. And your name should mean something to you. Because when you pass on or when you go to make deals, let's say right now, if I didn't have like $10 or $20, I got people that I could go to and I could say, hey, can I borrow a 20 spot? I'll give it back to you right. I know for a fact they'll hand it to me. You want to know why? Because my name is in good standing. Your name and your respect is everything. But some people aren't taught that from being young kids. Yeah, and also, why would you try to meet up with someone who's called the cops for, and you know if you meet up with them, they probably gonna snitch? Who got time to go to jail for some dumb shit? I know I don't. Who got time to, you know you're gonna show up and the popo gonna be waiting on you? Hell no. Ain't nobody got time for all that bullshit. Mm-mm. And why would you? Here's the thing. They always talk about meeting up, pulling up, pulling up. You gonna meet up with the wrong one, and something bad gonna happen. Look what just happened in Vegas. Have y'all watched some of these pull ups on YouTube? I have. I've been in other sectors, right, where they actually pull up in real life and they do all this. Is it really worth a person that low down? Really worth going to jail over? In my opinion, no. In my opinion, it's not worth catching an assault charge. They're not worth it. It's just literally not. They're going to self destruct anyway. That's true, Miss Rubin. Why give them? Why give them any breath? They're not worth the breath. They're not worth the time. Hey, Mister Get to Know, how you doing? Now I know Miss Ridiculous like frisk me, baby. Put me in the bag of that car. You so cute. But there's some people that just ain't worth it, and he's one of them. I'm sorry, you're not worth anybody going to jail over. You're not worth the time of day. I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. I'd light my cigarette and walk away. Hell, I don't even know if I'd light my cigarette off of you. It might make my cigarette toxic. Might end up getting some motherfucking poisoning off your fire. It's all for show. It's all for clicks and views. That's all it is. None of them really. They first off, when you got a weak jaw, motherfucker could break that bitch real easy. You can't be talking no shit with a glass jaw. You know they say glass houses don't throw stones at glass houses, and I know you've heard that some people got what they call glass jaws because it's easy to break it. You know.
Something you said earlier, I think you particular variation in that funny. If you were on fire and I had a full bladder, I'd piss myself and walk away.
Oh, that's a good one, son. He said something. I said that would be a good iteration. That it says, if I had a full bladder and you were on fire, I'd just piss myself and walk away. I love my son. Now let me post this link, Mister Get to Know. Um, I was just sitting over here talking, 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 talking. Let me pin that to the top just in case. Just in case. But yeah, there's a lot of people who be trying to play these games, and what they don't understand is just for clicks and views. But somebody's gonna pull your hoe card, and when somebody does pull that hoe card, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna say this. Hadn't he ever seen one of the fastest runners in the world, that has two prosthetic legs? That motherfucker fast as hell. Man, you don't be knowing that people with prosthetics sometimes can be faster than you. Okay? Because their legs don't tire out like yours do. I'm just saying. Some people with prosthetics be fast as hell, bro. I wouldn't count on that. And make sure. Make sure yes, it is. Hey, Mr. Get to Know. You muted it. I'm
Hey, sweetheart, how are you?
doing good. How's your arm feeling? How's everything?
Like shit.
Still hurting?
No, not as bad, but I just don't. I don't know. I'm confused. Like it hurts clear up by my wrist and my thumb and my fucking index finger where I didn't even get opened up or anything. So I don't know. It is what it is. You know.
Well, I hope your next appointment when you go see your surgeon and whatnot. 'Cause I know you'll have a checkup appointment. I hope they talk to you about that and see what's up.
Well, I went in there. I went in there yesterday. I took my son to work yesterday morning, and the doctor's office is just right up the street from where my son works at it. And I went in there yesterday, and I was like, "Look, you guys got to like. I need to talk to the nurse. I need to get this brace adjusted or something because there's a little adjuster on the end of it. This little thing right here.
Yeah.
I bump it on everything, so it like adjusts itself and shit. Because I'm not supposed to have a certain. I'm not supposed to be able to extend it too far
Yeah.
because whatever reasons. But yeah, that's
They
him.
don't want you to hyperextend it, is what it is.
Yeah. So, but I went in there yesterday and he made it so because as yesterday it was stuck like this, I couldn't bend it at all. You know, and I couldn't extend it at all. And he made it so I could extend it. And people from physical therapy hadn't called me yet, so he called them yesterday morning. He was like, "What the hell are you guys doing? Like, you should have been in physical therapy last week." And but it is what it is. It's coming around. I guess I don't know.
Sometimes it takes time and it sucks because you're sitting there in that waiting game kind of situation. And it's like,
Yep.
I'm ready to get on the ball and get this over with.
Yep. Yep. I'm ready for pain time to begin. You know, PT pain time. You know.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, having to deal, because, I have degenerative disc disease and bursitis and whatnot. Having to deal with that every day is no joke. And people don't understand that when you're in that type of pain every day, it's like the medicine that I take is considered a class 3 narcotic, right? But I don't get high like other people do. It just helps with the
Okay.
pain.
You cut out. We cut out real bad there for a second.
Oh, we cut out. I was talking about the medication that I take is considered a class 3 narcotic, right? But I don't get high like other people do. Even if I were to go smoke weed right now, I wouldn't get high like you do because, or anybody else. Well, not necessarily because you're in pain right now, but when people are in pain, they don't get those same responses because the pain. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
just takes the
Yeah.
edge off the pain. Like, I was talking about this. I had 3 friends that all went and got high together. I don't smoke or anything 'cause I take drug tests every 3 months. But one of my friends, because he has a really bad back problem and leg problem, he didn't. He's like, this is some crap. I didn't even get high. But everybody else was high as shit, but him because of him dealing with pain. He said the only thing that I feel is I don't feel no pain right now.
Yeah.
That's the
don't
only
get
thing he said.
I don't get that euphoric feeling.
Yeah, people don't get that, and that's what a lot of people don't understand when you deal with pain. Other people are like, you doing that to get? No, you're not doing that to God. You don't get high. You don't have that feeling because you're freaking in pain.
Yeah. And this surgery, like I've had 16, 17 surgeries in my life, and this is the worst one I've had so far. Like as in pain wise. Like I had my gallbladder taken out a couple years ago, and I took 2 pain pills the entire time. I threw the rest of them away. You know what I mean? And this time, like I used my whole freaking prescription this time.
Well, that's like my son said. Now, I will say this: I've had my gallbladder out, and it only hurt kind of like the first day and the second day, and then after that, I was better. The first day, the reason I hurt so bad was because they bruised me up at the top. I had the one where they did the robot surgery,
Yep.
but the top part of my scar, the very top one, keloided real bad because they bruised me up so bad, like really bad. It's starting to go away now, but it was real bruised, like really, really bad. So every time I breathed, it hurt. You get what I'm saying? Like, so every time I was taking
Well,
a breath in,
oh yeah, like that must have been what happened to me. Because I tell you what, like I had my wife take me back to the emergency room twice. I made them give me an X-ray and shit, and because I swear to God, they left something inside of me at the time. You know what I mean? Because it oh my dude, it hurt bad. But I'd rather go through the whole entire gallbladder surgery again than to do this arm surgery again.
my son said, because he had something kind of like what you did but different. He had cord lengthening surgery on both of his back of his knees and his ankles. He said that
Right.
shit hurt. Like, he's had a lot of different growing pains, a lot of different things in his life, but he'd tell you that shit don't play. That
Yeah,
shit
it don't.
hurt.
It brings like it brings the heart in the paint. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It brings the heart to the yard, and that's for goddamn sure, dude.
when it took him 6 weeks to recover from that surgery, and for the first week, they did give him the good pain meds, though. But he said that even the pain meds didn't touch the pain. It
Yeah.
didn't. It didn't. It just took the edge off a little
It
bit, but
just
it
barely
really
took the
didn't
edge
touch
off.
it.
Yep. Yep. Just barely took the edge off. Just took enough pain off just so you could breathe a little bit comfortable for a little while and then right back into it. Yeah, it was gnarly, dude. Like I don't care what anybody says. When it comes to your tendons and ligaments and shit, man, it's not a joke. The surgeries are not a joke. They're serious shit, dude.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize, about those kind of things, and when they happen, and you know, with him having to have the surgery that he had, and then he had to wear the leg stabilizers and the cast and all that, he was up walking 2 weeks after surgery on cast, learning to rewalk again. He had to learn to rewalk again because you imagine if his leg had basically one of his ankles had locked into place. So he was walking like a ballerina on his tippy toes. So he
Oh
had to learn
shit.
how to walk flat footed for the first time. So he had to really learn to rewalk again. Um, like they don't understand what that's like. And I know with your repair surgery and everything, like there was probably, and even as you keep going through this process, right? There's going to be things that you probably could do before the surgery that now you're going to have a little more trouble doing now.
Yeah, like I'm already trying to figure out. I mean, I'm trying to learn how to like. I've noticed this on my own. So in order for me, like, I'm trying to relearn the process, like learn how
You, oh, you're muted, Mister Get to Know. Somehow you muted. I tried to unmute you and I can't for some reason. There you go.
but I'm trying to learn, like I'm trying to like with my other arm. I can't go like this.
Yeah,
I have to move my whole entire arm in order to roll my hand over. So I'm trying to learn how to, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it, it's crazy. It's crazy how the body forgets kind of shit like that or some shit. Like I don't know how it works, but I know that I can't just roll it. You know what I mean? Because it won't do it. Like
That's why physical therapy is going to be your bestie. And a lot
oh
of
yeah,
people don't realize, like I've told this to other people too, early intervention for things is your best friend. And that's why I hope
yeah,
they get you in fairly quickly with physical therapy, because the faster you get to be able to do it, the faster your healing will do. Like with my son, I had him in physical therapy before he turned. He was a little fixing to turn a year, but wasn't quite a year. He was like somewhere in that area. When we noticed that when he was walking, he'd take a few steps and he'd
hmm
fall. And that's because with mild CP, the problem is you don't see it like you would somebody with moderate or severe CP right away, right? And so, because he ended up crawling at first when he started crawling when he was 6 months old, he would drag one leg when he crawled. Then he started pulling up that knee. So I thought, well, everything's going to be okay, right? He eventually started pulling up like he should, and he was crawling like he should, pulling up on things like he should, doing all the things, because you have to think about when you have a micro preemie like I did, you have to go by the adjusted age, not the age they actually are. So when he was 9 months, it was like he was technically, it was like he was a 6 month old, right? So you have to
right,
count backwards, and that's what they taught me, and everything. So when he was a year old and he was taking a few steps, falling every time, I started noticing that, something was wrong. So I went and I got him a checkup. I talked to his pediatrician. We got him into therapy really early. And because of that, we got diagnosis early. And so he got the help right away. One of my friends, her kid did not speak until he was in kindergarten because she refused to get him early intervention, saying, nothing's wrong with my kid. No, they're fine. I said, no, you need to get him in speech therapy now. Like he's only saying me want or food. A 5-year-old
yeah,
child should be speaking in sentences. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And
yeah.
uh, by the time she got him in speech therapy was because of the school system, not because of her. And he was behind his other classmates because of that.
Yeah,
And
people don't understand that kind of stuff. You know, like they always go by, you know, what the book says and all that shit, or you know what I mean. And like, I don't know, you just
but
gotta read between the lines sometimes when it comes to raising your kid. You know.
well, that's another thing. Like, with this situation going on with you, physical pain. A lot of people don't think about this. Also affects your mental. So I just want to make sure you're okay, because I know that it can lead to depression and different things.
Yeah.
Um, but are you okay? Like, are you being able to deal with it? I know your wife's there helping you. I know Miss G2K. I know her. I know she on the ball.
Oh yeah, she's on the balls. That's for sure.
In more ways than one.
But you know, I'm worried about some shit. You know what I mean? I mean, I got a long road ahead of me for recovery, for physical therapy and shit. And the doctor's not going to clear me to go back to work for at least 4 months. Like, well, you know how shit works. Bills don't wait for months and months and months for you to get back to work and shit. You know what I mean? So they're just, I'm worried, but my depression's pretty good. I mean, at first, you know, I still am kind of bummed about shit, but it is what it is, you know? Like, I learned this thing called radical acceptance in therapy, and it's great. It works great for me, and like you just take shit how it is, you know what I mean? And there's nothing I can do that's going to change the way shit is. Like there's really not. So getting depressed and bummed out and down and shit about it is not, there's no point into it. There's nothing I can do that's going to change what it is. I just have to take the steps to get to where I need to be. It's just getting everybody else that wants their money right now to, hey, you can't get blood from a fucking turnip, and I'm a human. So what do you mean? You know what I mean? So
I will say that right now, with you going through what you're going through, if you're having, because a lot of people don't know this, right? So I'm going to give you some things that I think might help, like with electricity bills, right? There are programs that if, let's say, your electricity bill is $200 or $300 and you only have 100 of it, right? You can go to them, and if you've never asked for help or you've never asked for them to do this, they'll do this. They will give it, like, they'll take that month and they'll either do one or two things. They do have a program to help pay for like at least a month, but they also have where they'll take it and break it down to where they make a payment plan with you. A lot of people don't know about that. Also, there is emergency services for things like this when you have to be out of work. I know that I know that a lot of people with self-employment don't know this, that you can actually get, unemployment when you have an emergency. So a lot of people don't know that when you work for Uber or something like that, or, like it's
like
called,
I do.
yeah, it's considered self-employment, right? So a lot of people don't know when you have a medical emergency, you can actually get unemployment benefits until your medical emergency clears up. Um, there's a lot of different things that a lot of people don't know about, like different charities, different things that work in certain areas. Um, and you can reach out to those. Not only that, but if you would like, throw me your cash up in the back and I'll post it. And if anybody wants to give out of the goodness of their heart, they can. Every bit counts, whether it be $5, a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Um, because
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
think about it, it adds up over time.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I'll keep it on a banner at the bottom of my screen. I did that. I do that for anybody. I would do that for anything. I wouldn't start a GoFundMe because a lot of people don't understand about the GoFundMe's, that GoFundMe themselves takes a percentage um,
Yeah.
from each individual raising that you're doing for that. So I would do it through Cash App. Cash App obviously does not take no percentages, right?
Right.
But a lot of people don't know that. So that's what I would do if I were you. You do have friends and people who love you on this internet. Don't be ashamed to reach out and ask for help if you need it.
Yeah, and that's That's a difficult one for me, you know.
Yeah, because you're a manly man. You're like a man's man does not like to humble himself in that matter, because they like I can do it. I can do it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Sometimes we can't do it all. We have to accept that, and it's a hard acceptance at first, but realize it's not because you choose or chose for this to happen to you. This was out of your control, right?
yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't choose to have an injury. You didn't choose to be out of work. You're not just sitting on your ass because you got, because you can. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it
yeah,
because you got to. You don't have a choice but to do what's good for your health.
yeah.
So that's the way you should look at it, the way it doesn't affect your mental, because as someone who has dealt with my physical disability since I was 15 years old, and all the choices that I wanted to do growing up, like I wanted to go to the military, I wanted to be in the Marines, I wanted to go do this, that, and the next thing, and those choices were taken from me the minute a man decided to go 85 and a 45 and hit my school bus while we were stopped, and I was a child. It was out of my control, right? I couldn't
Yeah.
control that. I couldn't stop that wreck from happening, but I now have to deal with those repercussions for the rest of my life. So the things that I wanted to do, my brain says I can, right? My body
Right.
says I can't. So I had to learn to accept what I cannot change and change the things I can. Also, I got an idea. Just to throw this out there, look for, because you're good with technology a little bit, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Possibly if you have a at home computer or a laptop, look for those jobs that are at like customer service or something of that matter on the phone.
Right.
Those are also, I'm just giving, throwing out things and talk. A lot of people don't know this. Your Win Job Center near you and or your local DHS office, right? They have a lot of resources that people when they think about their DHS office, their Department of Human Services and whatnot, they think of, oh, you're just accepting charity, or oh, you're just going there for this and this. They don't just handle food stamps and TANF and all this other stuff. They also have resources that they can point you to, right? They also have things that they can, like charities and different things. Like that's what people don't understand. You don't just reach out to them because you need food stamps. You don't just reach out to them because blah 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 XYZ. They also have
Mhm.
resources that people don't understand, because that's what they're there for, is to give you resources when you need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
I get that.
you
Yeah.
may,
Cool.
depending on how severe your injury is, you may actually qualify for emergency disability also, or emergency different things. You could talk to your doctor and see. I'm not sure. But I will say this: if you ever do decide to fight for your disability, and people think that, oh, they're just being lazy when they're on disability, blah blah this, blah 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 that. They don't understand how hard it is for somebody to live off that. Um,
Yeah. Like
I've s-
that's where I'm at. I'm already on disability. I'm on. Like it took 3.5 years because, like I'm not physically disabled. I'm working. I'm getting to be that way. You know what I mean? But like I got disability for mental problems. You know what I mean? So like
Well, see, because I don't have any mental conditions and I'm highly intelligent, the disability office told me, we've proven you're physically disabled, but we can't prove with your age and education level that you can't do vocational work
yeah,
because I'm smart. I'm like, so I'm being penalized because I'm smart. The workforce says they won't hire me because I'm a risk. If I hurt myself or injure myself, you know what I'm saying? But you're telling
yeah,
me a whole nother story. What the hell here, people?
yeah. Like people are just too judgmental. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to. They can't put themselves in someone else's position and see what life is like for somebody who has dissociative identity disorder, who has CPTSD, who has agoraphobia, like they can't. Well, it's impossible to put yourself in someone's position who has mental health problems and see it from their angle because, like, people don't know. Like, I have dissociative identity disorder, and it's a battle every single fucking day of my life to keep, you know what I mean, to keep the voices at bay, you know, for lack of a better word, I guess, right now, you know. And like, whenever I have a conversation with somebody, I got to go through, you know, four voices in my head. I go through them. I got to answer their, you know, it's rough. It's rough. People don't get it. And like the doctor asked me, he's like, well, why do you think why do you think you can't work with people? And I said, well, for one, like with being bipolar and dissociative identity disorder, like I'm like anybody else. I go to work not to make friends. I go there to get my paycheck so I can take my paycheck home and support my wife and my kids and take care of the things I need. And with dissociative identity disorder and having blackouts and shit, and like I would hate to have something happen and come to and realize that I just stuffed somebody through a processing machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good morning, Stiffy. Good morning, Mr. William. A lot of people don't understand, when it does come to certain mental conditions and mental health, they don't understand it. Like they go by what the stigmas are, what people say about it, or this, that,
Yeah.
and the next thing, not understanding what someone goes through on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's like
Hashtag stigmas.
it I'm gonna sit there and say that even with my physical limitations, I still get up every single day and I clean my house and I cook and I take care of my family and I do, knowing that I'm injuring myself, right?
Yeah.
When my son had his surgery, he weighed 99 pounds, not with the cast, not with the leg stabilizers. That was before they put that on, so you can imagine he was over 100 with the cast and the leg stabilizers that were pure metal, right?
Right.
I picked him up. I put him on that potty. I picked him up. I put him in that wheelchair. I picked him up and toted him, knowing I'm not supposed to pick up anything over 50 pounds. Actually, I think it's 10 pounds or 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's usually not over 20 pounds.
yeah, I'm not even supposed to pick up nothing like that. But I did it because and I wouldn't trade it for the world because my son can walk now and I would do it again every time. I
Yeah.
don't care what it did to me and what repercussions I have to deal with because
Yep.
it's for the betterment of him. And so, a lot of people, they just don't understand when you deal with something like that. When you have a physical disability or a mental disability or something's going on with you and they want to judge you or prejudge you based on notions that they're told.
Yeah.
Or
For sure. For sure. I've had the worst of the worst come at me, you know, because oh, you're just lazy. You don't want to work. Well, like obviously you don't know me because before all my mental health problems started coming, like when I first got with my wife, I worked 7 days a week. I had 3 different jobs. I worked 7 days a week. On Fridays and Saturdays, I worked 23 hours on Friday and 23 hours on fucking Saturday for years, dude. Years. And people are like, "Oh, you're just trying you think that I'm out here trying?" Okay, so with disability in my state, whatever. I don't know if it's the same in all states, but like, it's not. I don't even get $1,000 a month. I don't even get $1,000 a month. You know what I mean? So like, you're sitting there thinking like, I want to be lazy to get a free ride. What kind of free ride are you going to get at $1,000 a month? That's not even a rent payment.
yep,
You
a
know what
lot
I
of
mean?
people.
Like,
I'm gonna say this. Back when my son did draw, that was years and years and years ago. He's 17 now, so that's been over 10 years ago, right? Um, uh, it was not easy, and he didn't even get full payment back then. Like he got partial, and I was trying to take care of him while taking care of my bills. I couldn't even afford a phone at times because that was considered extra. You know what I'm saying? I was just barely
yeah,
scraping by the hair of my chinny chin chin. But I'll tell you this right here, because of having those hard times, I know when all the good sales are. Because you got to imagine, not only am I paying bills with that money, I'm trying to buy clothes for a child that's steadily growing, right?
everything. Yeah,
Everything
everything.
they need. And so I learned when the good sales happen. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to make a
Yep.
dollar stretch to, I learned how to make a meal out of nothing. So because
Yeah.
of that struggle and what I went through, it taught me to be a stronger person, and I can literally take, you give me 3 ingredients and I can make a meal out of it. I give me some noodles, some tomatoes, and some seasoning, and I can make a meal out of it. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like when I was fighting for my disability, like it was like, well, make your wife work, and it's like, well, my wife's my caregiver. Like my back's so screwed up. Like it's you know what I mean. Like I can't put my own shoes on. I literally can't put my own shoes on because my back don't allow it. Like I can't wash my own legs. Like because my back don't allow it. You know what I mean. And it's like, well, have your wife go to work while you're fighting. Like I can't. Like it just don't work. So my wife and I literally survived off of a zero income for 3 years while I fought for disability. You know, like, and trust me, I'm telling you, you want to. It's hard enough for somebody to get disability physically, let alone for mental disability.
I will tell you this. I literally have this is. I even talked to a social security worker, and I talked to him. I said, "What does this mean?" And she goes, "What?" And I read the letter to her, and I read what they said in their decision. And she goes, "I don't know vocational work, which we don't even have that here. You know those workshops where disabled people can go work, and they give you like breaks, they let you sit down, they let you do things that they normally wouldn't have regular jobs.
Yep.
They actually have those around the country. Well, my area doesn't have them. That's what the vocational work they're talking about is because of my age and education level. Because I'm smart and I'm considered young. I can't help my physical disabilities that I'm smart. That's not how that works. But you know, and insurance is fucking expensive. Uh, have y'all looked at that damn supposed Obamacare stuff? Have y'all looked at the prices on that damn insurance?
Yeah.
$500-$600 for one person, and that don't even cover everything, and you still got to pay out of pocket. I just had to pay out of pocket for my son's stuff. That's why I used my YouTube check completely for that. It was $230 for him to be able to have a thing to know if his liver was okay or not.
Yeah, and when it comes to stuff like that, it's like that's not a luxury. That's a necessity.
Yeah,
Like I can't get around. I can't get around like with this brace. This brace.
yeah.
$1,800. $1,800 for this brace. Well, I'm getting charged $300 for it because that's just the way shit works. What am I supposed to do? Not get it? What am I supposed? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous how our systems work. It's absolutely bullshit.
People don't understand, you know, the struggle be real. The struggle be real. And just trying to survive and live sometimes. And you got to do what you got to do to make it. But I will say, having to struggle, sometimes I wish we didn't have to do that. But at the same time, think about it this way. This is how I turn it from a negative to a positive. Because, you know, in therapy, they teach you that you take every negative and you turn it into a positive in some way, right?
Right.
Because of us having to struggle like that, if the world goes to shit, we know how to grow our own food. We know how to make something out of nothing. We know how to live. We know how to survive because we've been hustling and struggling and doing it for so long that hey, if you fell off tomorrow and you lost your income, you might not make it. I know I would. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's gonna be people we know that if they lost what they had tomorrow, they wouldn't know how to survive. We do. Man, just give me 2 cents and give me some pasta and some seasoning. And I promise you, I can make you a meal. Give me some flour, I'll make something out of it. Give me some cornmeal.
Yep. Yep. I know how. I like my wife and I definitely we're survivors. We know how to we know how to make $1 out of 15 cents. You know what I mean? For real. And that's just how it is. You know.
I can snitch now because statute of limitation. But back when we were having it hard one time after my brother passed away and whatnot, my dad was rolling cigarettes, like to be able to afford his own cigarettes. He would do the roll your owns, right? And he was selling them in the hood 2 for $1. My dad had so much money off of which, you know, I now know that's illegal to do because I didn't know selling cigarettes was illegal because I didn't consider it a drug. You know what
The
I'm saying?
government's got to get their taxes. The government's got
Yeah,
to get that money.
but it's been, the statute of limitation been up on that. You know what I'm saying? Years ago.
Yeah,
But so I could talk about it now. But yeah, that's how we was making extra money. My dad was selling 2 for $1 cigarettes.
yep,
We was
yep,
hustling, baby. Every day I'm hustling.
yep. And that's life is a hustle, and either you're gonna get it or you're not. And those people that are born with them silver spoons and them gold spoons jammed up their asses, when shit goes down, well, we know whose door they're gonna knock on. You know what I mean?
Hmm. And we know how to go out there and get it. We know how to survive. We know how to grow our own vegetables. We know how to go out there and get our own meat. We know how to clean it. We know how to cook it. They ain't gonna know none of that. Not now, none.
Nope. And that's one of the biggest realities that people don't see. And it's not a matter of if it happens, but when it happens, we know the ones that are going to be fucking sitting on, the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I can walk down like right behind my house. I got a river right behind my house. I can go right behind my house and I can support my family with plenty of meat out of that river. And most people would look at it and be like, "You're gonna eat that? Fuck yes, I'm gonna eat that."
You
Yep,
teach.
you're right.
It's like the old adage says: you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime.
Yes, yes. Like and fishing is one thing with me that I absolutely love. I think it's a skill that everybody should learn how to master. And like I've had people literally come to me and say, "Hey man, like you got a stringer full of fish there, man. Can I have one of those?" No, I'll tell you what. You sit down right here beside me, and I'll show you how to rig up your pole. I'll show you how to work the river, and I'll teach you how to catch fish. But I'm not going to. I'm not me taking a fish out of my stack and giving it to you. That's just taking away from my family, and that's not going to happen. But I'll definitely take the time and show you how to become a better fisherman to take care of your family,
Yeah, that's something
regardless.
my dad actually turned into a job when I was younger. He was a commercial fisherman. He would go out there and he would catch, Now they'll tell you as a commercial fisherman, you have to have a license for that. My dad did. And
Yep.
you're not supposed to sell the trash fish as they consider trash fish or like drum, grinnell, gar. But my dad had this older lady who said, if you catch any of those, I'll pay you. And she loved eel and different things. And my dad, if he did catch them, would bring them to her. But they would also sometimes do what they consider a trade. Like he would give her such a thing, she would give him peas out of the garden and different things. You know what I'm saying? There
Right.
was sometimes
Yep.
that he knew this one older lady who couldn't afford to buy fish from him, but she didn't have it like that. And he knew that she liked those fish, so he would just donate them to her. He would give them to her
Yep.
because she was an older lady and she couldn't go out there and do it herself. And he'd
Yep.
go, well, I got such and such here. I get, and then of course, her being her, she'd be like, well, I got such and such. I'm gonna give this to you because she grew a
Yep.
garden. You know what I'm saying? She grew her own vegetables and stuff like that. So that's something that people do need to learn because let's say the world goes shit. What are we gonna do? It's not gonna be trading money anymore. Money's gonna be useless. It's gonna be trading
Yeah.
goods.
Yep. Back to seashells. You know what I mean?
Yep. People need to learn these things, and that's why I love also like when Just Blaze, my friend Just Blaze, when she teaches people that like what dandelion salad is, right?
Yep.
Dandelions grow everywhere, and you can make a salad out of it. There's a lot of plants that grow in your yard that people think is trash or think is something and just mow it down with a lawnmower, not realizing that they could have actually ate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So teach yourself, learn natural remedies too, because natural remedies when the world goes to shit and you can't get medications, you can't get this, you can't get that. Those natural remedies are gonna be your best friends. And there's a lot of things that grow wild that can help you. So education, knowledge is power. Knowledge means more than any money, any monetary value. Money comes
Knowledge.
and
Like,
goes.
yeah. Money's just a piece of paper. That the only thing that makes it valuable is what's printed on that paper and the person that wants it. You know what I mean? Like the most powerful thing in the world is knowledge, and knowledge is the most powerful thing in the world.
Well, it's something I've always said. Knowledge is power, and time is our most precious commodity that we don't get enough of in this world. Like if you think about it, time goes so quick. You blink
Yep.
and just yesterday you were 20 years old. Now you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, so on and so forth. Your kids were babies. Now they're almost grown, or they are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like
Yep.
knowledge being the power that you need, and time is most precious. Don't waste your time on bullshit.
Yeah. Don't. And a lot of people do. And like, you know, just
And don't take nothing for granted. Don't take your health for granted. Don't take your physical, because like a lot of people take their physical health for granted. The fact that they woke up they didn't have pain when they woke up in the morning. They could breathe that morning. They could walk that day. They didn't have to worry about that. Some people take for granted this. You got to be happy and love the small things in life. And it's not, you're not going to have a great day every day, right? Not
no.
every day. And you wouldn't know what a great day was if you didn't have just regular days or bad days, right? So don't take
Exactly.
even the smallest thing in your life for granted. The fact that you woke up this morning and you're here with us, you got internet, you got food in your stomach, you got a roof over your head. Don't take that for granted, and don't look at what you don't have. Look at what you do have.
Yep. Yep. One of the most powerful verses in the Bible, and this is something that I just recently learned, you know what I mean? Like there's a reason why like give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our
We
trespasses, as we forgive
right.
those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Yes, I know.
Yep. And like that one part in there, give us this day our daily bread. We don't I'm not thinking about what I'm gonna do for tomorrow because tomorrow's not a guarantee. I just need to be thankful for the things I got today. And today, the loaf of bread is sitting on my counter. You know what I mean? Will it be there tomorrow? We'll see. But when I get there tomorrow, give us this day our daily bread. Be thankful for the things you got now. Eh, eh,
Hey, Mr.
Just
Carruthers.
Good morning, Charlie.
There
good
goes that voice
morning, Jake.
again, G2K. There goes that voice again.
Good
Damn, I'm telling
morning,
you what,
young
I'm gonna go take
man.
a pregnancy. I'm gonna go take a pregnancy test as soon as I get off this panel. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, man. I might have just got
Hey,
pregnant.
I thought I'd come up here and give you a little cheer with that voice of mine.
Well, I
How you
appreciate it.
doing?
I'm doing good. Look, I'm not even lying. You got a smile. You got me smiling from ear to ear. So I appreciate it. I tell you what.
You know, I've been listening to you guys for at least about 35 minutes, and I'm sitting outside right now, and I'm looking at my trees and my neighbors' houses, and I, like Charlie said, just be thankful to be that we woke up this morning and to enjoy the small things in life, being able to sit on your stoop and, watch the grass grow, although mine needs cutting. Uh,
Yep.
Listen to the birds singing. I don't know if you can hear them in the background, but yeah, life is hard. Life is hard. Trust me. At 75 years old, I know. But
Right.
one thing for certain and two things for sure. Never give up on yourself. Always, always love your family and the friends that you have around you, and just be you. Just be you. And quiet as a cap, I watched you last night. I didn't come up there or speak, but I saw you this morning, and I didn't know about the cast on your arm until you showed it last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll be okay, man. Come on. You're young, vibrant. Hey,
Well, I'm younger than you, but I'm not in that young category. I just crossed over that halfway mark of 40. You know what I mean? So, like, I just turned
40,
46 a couple days ago. So, I'm not like
40.
I'm
That's
not
baby.
old.
That's baby age. Come on.
Well, that's just you're just saying that because you're 75. You know what I mean? That's a long ways away from 45. I mean, I get that. I mean, I might be pregnant right now, so that chart's not going to work on me, sir. I'm just saying right now. So,
Well, hey, long as you're licking and keep on ticking, you're okay.
hey, trust me, when it comes to the wife, as long as you know what I mean, I'll be getting my work in. I'll be putting my work in.
Oh my goodness,
Hey,
Charlie.
happy wife, happy life, right? That's what I'm
You
saying.
better know it. You better know it. And trust me,
Right
for a
up.
man that's been married 3 times, I know exactly about that. So,
Yeah. Yeah. My wife and I 2 days ago just celebrated our 18-year wedding anniversary. So that was
wow,
cool.
wow,
Yeah.
wow, 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 wow. I think the longest my marriage ever lasted, let's see, because I was doing a lot of wild shit back then. It was like 8 years.
Yeah.
But but like I say, I don't regret any of them. Uh, two of my wives have passed away. I got a third one here, and we're like best of buddies. So I'm not complaining about that. You know,
Just couldn't be married. Just couldn't be married to each other. I get it.
well, yeah, we parted as friends. We stayed friends until the day they passed. And my other wife now, she's doing well. We talk to each other on occasionally on Sundays and stuff. But hey, life is what you make of it. You can sit
Yep.
there and wallow in it, or hey, get out there and have some fun. And like you, going fishing, that was my biggest outlet right there.
Oh, I like
Going
like that.
fishing,
I'm not a religious person per se.
right?
As a, I don't go to church on Sundays. I probably
Well,
should,
don't
but
worry about it.
like
I quit going years ago.
yeah, like I have So my church, like I feel when I'm holding that fishing pole in my hand and I'm standing on a riverbank drowning a worm. That's when I feel closest to God. That's where my relationship with God comes into play, and like it's my outlet. I
Yeah.
love it so much, and I can't even do that
Anytime,
with something. So I'm not
anytime
happy
that
about
you could commune with nature and the wonders that God has put out there for us, even taking a walk through the forest or the
it.
woods, as
Yep.
they say, that's 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 your religious time. That's the time to think. And like I said, I look out here, I sit out here in my yard. I got rabbits that run through my yard and squirrels that run up into trees. Even though I'm in a city, that's still part of nature. That's a wonder.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I'm not taking that for granted anymore. I look at things as okay, you're still here. So what are you going to do about it? Let people know that you have a life to enjoy. Let them know that hey, just because you can't do like you used to do even 10 years ago, life is still great. And that's what I came up here to encourage you with. Life is going to get better for you. And like Charlie said, she's given you a lot of good ideas, places to go and people to talk to. And don't be afraid to ask for help. That was some of my biggest problems too. As a man, we're afraid to ask for that help, you know. But go ahead and get out there and hit those agencies and keep keep on pushing. My mom used to tell me, nothing hurts a failure but a good try. And
Yeah,
long as you're trying to do good, it's going to come to you. It'll come to you.
yeah. I get all that. And I'm more of a positive person than I am a negative Nancy.
Right,
But
right.
but
But don't
like,
don't let. But there's times now, and I
oh
notice
yeah,
even myself that we do have those. Well, damn, what can I do? Who's going to help? Or I don't want to do it this way. But sometimes we have to. And when it comes to things like even with mental illness, I had to go through that shit through, man. When I was in my 50s, I went through it. I went to an agency. They helped me to get back up on my feet and showed me, hey, just because you're disabled doesn't mean you're helpless. And just
yeah,
because you're helpless doesn't mean nobody cares because that's when we feel bad about ourselves, when we feel like we're helpless and nothing matters or nobody can do anything for us, when there are people out there and agencies even governmental agencies, even though they screw us up around half the time, that can do things for us.
Yeah. These agencies are out there. These programs are out there designed to be used. So why not use them?
Why not use them? Right.
Like,
That's the truth. Why not?
you know,
And
so,
like I
and
said,
then,
don't
people,
let pride go before the fall. Hey, we're men,
one
but
thing, one thing I am not is I am not a proud person. I'm not. Like I'm that's one of the biggest, that's for me, that pride cometh before the fall. That's
yeah,
something that goes across my mind 1,000 times a day, you know what I mean?
right.
And I'll never be too proud to ask for help, but I'm just not the person to ask for help, you know what I mean?
I know. I get your drift, man. I was like that for years. I mean, for many years, and it took me almost losing my life to start asking for help. And when I say that, that's another story. Um, but really, just hang in there, Charlie. Wonderful, wonderful morning with you, dear. Wonderful morning. I'm gonna
Always
get
a
out.
good morning with you, Mr. Will. It always is. And I'm gonna tell you something. I feel you when you say you're outside looking at the animals and looking at the trees and looking at the beauty around you, because as someone who, when I was 20 years old, they called in my entire family and said I wasn't going to be here anymore.
Yeah,
And I realized before that I was taking so much for granted. So much, right? I didn't even realize how much I really was taking for granted of the things around me. And then as I sat back, and it's been 17, almost 18 years, and I'm still here. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. I look every day and I thank God for all the beauty that He's created every
yeah.
day.
And
Yeah.
it's not a point of being religious or anything. It's just realizing that there is a higher power than us out here, and we have to respect it. My heart goes out to those people in Texas, also, Charlie. I want to say I've been watching the news about that, and it's hard to fathom all that destruction and those children, innocent children, and adults and people that lost their home in Texas. And I tell you what, times like that makes me wonder, why can't we all just come together as one people and do things instead of tearing each other down and talking crazy to one another? But
I'm gonna tell you something. Both my big old dad, who's 6'4", big old man, came in when they said that those children had passed away, and tears was running down his eyes,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he couldn't understand it. And my husband, and it hits you when you think about over 100 people.
over 100 people, and there's still missing. Some of them, there are still people missing that their families don't know what happened, and I don't know. It's crazy. Life is so crazy, and like I said, until it happens to us, we can't fathom on how things would be. Like that water rushing through there. It was, I don't know, a freak of nature or whatever you want to call it, but that so many people lost their lives and enjoying, thinking they're going to enjoy a holiday the next day, and that happened during the night. So I don't know. Like I said, my heart really goes out to the families, and especially those children that was in a camp, uh, innocent. And I don't know. Sometimes it make you wonder. I just,
Yesterday, I said a prayer at the top of the show. I said a prayer for that God gives them the strength and wraps His arms around them and gives them
yeah,
all the love, because and my husband, and I know some other people probably feel this way right about now. Question why God let this happen. Well, God didn't let this happen. It happened because it was a freak of nature, right?
yeah,
But all
that's
you
what I
can
said.
do is pray at this point for those families and those who are no longer here with us,
Give with us.
and deliver them, and give them the strength and the love to be able to deal with this, because this is not going to be, imagine, not only if someone lost their child in that, or their children or their family, but also
Mhm.
losing their house, their
Yeah,
memories, everything that, like, let's say you had stuff passed down from generation to generation to generation, all the pictures, you can't replace that. Money
no,
can't replace that.
Yeah. But Charlie, I done stopped looking at materialistic stuff and started valuing people more.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I was just gonna say
You
the same
know,
thing.
materialistic stuff. I I had it at one time. I lost it. I got it again. That's materialistic. But I've had my family members I done lost, and I can't get them back again. I can't listen to them laugh or even cry about something or joke or smile. They're gone, and I can't replace that. I can't replace the love that I had in my heart for them. So, far as the materialistic stuff goes, hey, I can still take pictures. I can still do that, but I can't do it with my loved ones that I've lost.
Well, see, that's what I was talking about, like pictures of dead relatives or your aunt, your uncle that ain't no longer here with us, and
Yeah,
those things. Those are the things that I think are irreplaceable. Like a couch, that's replaceable. A TV,
right.
that's replaceable. But those memories, I mean, they'll never be able to take your memory from your brain. But
Yeah, that's my point. That's what I'm talking about. I can still picture my mom smiling at the kitchen table. I don't have a picture of her that, but I can picture that. I still have a picture of my dad, with a cigarette in his mouth. And my dad we have hardly ever seen him with a cigarette in his mouth. So those kind of things, if your mind has memories that can bring up photographs and bring the things up to you, that'll keep you smiling. That'll keep you going.
well,
But
that's what
like,
I tell people when they lose family members.
yeah,
They can take the physical body, right? And the
right.
soul moves on, but there's something they can never take from you: your happy memories and your love for that person.
That's it. That's exactly it. Because even now, I can still remember going down to the Illinois River with my dad fishing and watching barges go down the river. And we had to run and get our poles off the water because those barges would create such a wave, it would pull your pole into the water. Yeah, so those kind of things, it's always great. Now, can I remember that computer I had last year or year before? Oh, heck no. I got a new one. It's replaced, but I can't replace my dad. I couldn't replace him and the memories I have of him. So those things like that to me right now are more important than anything right now.
Hey, BB
Happiness.
sis.
Hey, hello everybody. I can't see the chat right now. Like I said, I'm sitting outside. Usually I have my computer on where I can see people. Uh, but like I said, y'all thumbs up the video. Share Charlie out this conversation this morning. It was a good one. And G, you, hey, when as soon as you get that thing off your arm, man, we're gonna go fishing. Okay, I want to see you out there at the river. How about it?
Well, for sure. Like I got like before the shit with my arm happened. Like I had a lot of plans to go fishing with my son this summer. Like
Yeah,
actually, we should be leaving. We were gonna. I would be leaving this coming up weekend to go
right,
salmon fishing. To go salmon fishing. It's one of the,
oh,
it's one. It's not a really high run this year, but it's supposed to
right,
be a really good run this year. I won't be able to make it. Um,
yeah,
you know what I mean? But
right.
on the high side, by the time this brace comes off, it'll be about November. I'm figuring, which you put end of October anyway, which you put me right at the peak of the fall steelhead run, and so we'll get that in there, and
Right.
it's
Yeah,
just tough,
I want to. I want to see another video of that you showed last night with that big ass catfish. I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see you holding up another big fish like that. I don't care. It could be a cat. I would much rather for you to catch a big old crappie, though. The kind that are 2 hands big.
Yeah, we
You-
don't, we don't, we don't. I live in Idaho, so like,
Oh, okay,
we
okay.
don't have very many places here in Idaho to go crappie fishing. But
Crappie fish. Yeah.
what I can do is I can show you a 14, 15, 16 pound steelhead. A
Oh,
fish
yeah.
that made it from an egg all the way down the river into the ocean, survived in the ocean, came back up, and I can show you pictures of that. I can show you my son and I catching some sturgeon.
Oh,
Dinosaur
yeah,
fish.
sturgeon. Now, those are prehistoric looking fish, which I
Oh
think I
yeah,
would be afraid to try.
I
Man.
I've caught the biggest one I ever caught was we were on a 12-foot boat. We were on a 12-foot boat, And when I hooked into this one, like I knew it was a monster, and it took 3 of us switching the pole off with each other. This sturgeon pulled us upriver, downriver, across the river, around in circles for 2.5 hours before we actually got it up to the boat. And it
Yeah.
was 14 foot. It was 14 foot.
Wow. Wow. See, I've seen people catch the sturgeons, but I never was very fortunate to catch one. But I did catch a spoonbill cat when I used to live in Sardis, Mississippi.
Oh damn!
Yeah, and that sucker was every bit of what I would say 2.5 feet. And I tell you what, that's some good eating meat too. A lot of people
Oh
don't
yeah.
know it.
I don't care what kind of catfish it is. If it's got catfish in the title, that's my favorite fish to eat. Catfish is the best fish to eat, hands down. Period. Plain and simple. I don't care how you cook it. I don't care if you cook it. Put that
Right.
shit up on a plate, and I'll eat that shit. I love me some catfish.
Yeah, that spoonbill surprised me though, because the meat was so pretty and white in it, and
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, those man. Well, I'm gonna get out for here. I'm gonna guess what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and play me some PlayStation right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got me a PlayStation. Well, I've been having a PlayStation, so I like to get on there and when I clear, after I sit out here, I go clear my mind a little bit more and get on there and play some games. And
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Hell.
but Charlie, once again, baby, thank you for allowing me up there. Gee, you hang in there, buddy. I'll be peeking in on you every now and then. You know, like I said, a
Well,
lot of time.
don't be fucking scared to say hi in chat or come up on my channel. Like we'll welcome you in the community with open
Oh,
arms.
I know that. I know that, buddy. I was just, it was last night. I was sleeping and I woke up and then you were on my notification, so I had to go over and see what you were talking about. And I just love the idea of you being yourself, even that early in the morning, put it that way, and just having fun. And like you said, playing music on YouTube, man, we'll talk about that another time. Okay.
Yeah.
They want us to be great, but they constantly knock us down. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it. We'll
Yeah.
get to that.
For sure.
And Charlie, once again, sweetheart, thank you for being such a kind and considerate woman. And God bless you. And keep up your station the way it is. Just stay like you say, positivity and telling people, hey, giving them hope. And there's always a place to go and somebody to talk to when you need them.
Yep. For real.
With that being said, I'm going to sign off and say au revoir. Bye bye,
Well,
Charlie.
wow. Yep. I'm pregnant.
Have a good one, Mr. William. And thank you
All
for coming up
right.
this morning.
All right, dear.
He just made the whole chat pregnant.
All right. You're done. I'm gonna follow through. I actually got therapy here in 30 minutes, so I'm gonna get out of here myself. Charlie, I appreciate how open-hearted you are. All the care and love that comes from you in my direction. I appreciate it so much. Do me one favor, never change the person you are, Charlie, because that's the person that I love and care about. Because you are beautiful on the inside and outside. Stay good, okay? Just stay
You
good.
have good therapy and much love. And thank you for coming up, Mr. G2K.
Anytime, you know that, girl. Come on now. Everybody else, only half hard today because I'm holding my phone with the other one, so you got to put it in there yourself.
I totally didn't have my hand up there like a dummy. I so did. I did it. I got my hand up. Okay.
Bye, everybody. Be good.
But so yeah, I hope everybody has a good day today, as you go through today. Also, Mr. Eric, I didn't get to say good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning, my racist stars, my Miss Verdita, my VV. If it I always try to say good morning to everybody. So if I say it twice, just know I love you more. Um, no, but with life and everything that we go through and mental health and all this, remember to take care of yourselves, right? Because life is super short. A lot of people don't realize how fast it can be gone from you in a blink of an eye. Like you just blink and it's gone. So be grateful, not just for what, like, I'm grateful for everything, the small things to the big things, right? When good things happen, awesome. If it's an okay day, it's an okay day. If it's a bad day, I know it'll get better. You know what I'm saying? Because it can only get better. And sometimes, if you think you've fallen in a hole and you can't get out, you will eventually get out of the hole. Because if you went to the lowest part, there's only one way up, and that's up, right? When you go down, there ain't but one way to go, and that's up. Sometimes you might go to the left a little bit, sometimes you might go to the right, but eventually you'll go up. And it's going to be okay, I promise. Even in your hardest times, when you think that life's not going to be okay, it will be okay. It will get better. You are not alone. You know what I'm saying? Please don't think about taking yourself out of this lifetime, because you're going to miss out on things that you're going to wish you were here for, right? So even when you're at your lowest and you're thinking about those depressive states and you get into, you know, you know, if you're thinking about the bad thing, right? I want you to know that it does get better and good things will happen to you. And if you were to do that, you're going to miss out on so much. I want you to think about, okay, here's the thing. When I was 13, I had that ideology, right? Or 14 after my brother passed. I was 14. I stood in that mirror and I looked at myself and I go, why am I letting the haters win? Why am I letting somebody else affect my reality so much? That's why the haters on the internet don't bother me. You got to think about that. If haters in real life don't bother you, how can anybody on the internet bother you? Right? No matter what they say about you, it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. If you know yourself, nothing no one else can say about you is going to hurt you, because you know it's not true, right? You know it's not the truth. You know it's not the reality of your life. And don't let anybody get you down to the point that you're thinking about taking your own life, because they're not worth it, and it's not worth it, because you will miss out on so much. If I had did that when I was 14, I wouldn't have had my child. I wouldn't have, the love of my life. I wouldn't have my family. I wouldn't be able to see things. There's so much I would have missed out on. I would have missed out on so many births, so many birthdays, so many things that are amazing, right? Amazing. And yes, there's been hard times along the way. Yes, there's been bad things happen along the way, right? But there was so much good, so much awesomeness that I would have missed out on. And I'm so glad I didn't make that decision. So glad. And when you do have, let's say, a mental health problem, please make sure, don't be ashamed to go to therapy. Don't let nobody make you feel shamed about it, right? Change that negative mindset to a positive. Change all those bad things that happened into a positive. Like, let's say something happened that was out of your control, like my accident, my bus accident, right? Well, I can change that into a positive. It may have affected me in one way, but it made me work for things harder in a mental way, because I couldn't do it in a physical way. So I had to do it in a mental way. So it made me stronger. Everything that has happened in your life, everything from the worst thing that's ever happened to the most medium thing to the halfway point that has happened in your life, has shaped who you are. It has taught you lessons. If you were in a domestic violence relationship, now you know what the red flags are to never get in that relationship again, to never be with a person like that, right? Being around a narcissist, it teaches you narcissistic red flags of what not to deal with, right? So I want you to think about everything that has happened has made you who you are. It makes you unique. There will never be another you in this universe. There will never be another Racing Stars. There will never be another Mr. William. There will never be another Raditha or V. Lachey or, Mr. Eric Foss. There will never be another you. You are uniquely yourself because of the things that you've went through in your lifetime. You could have an identical twin and you're still not going to be exactly the same. You can you can have people who look like you or sound like you or, different things, but that doesn't mean they will be you. You are amazing just the way you are. God didn't make no mistake when he made you, baby. And I want you to smile today, all days, in the future, no matter what happens, no matter what goes through. Know that you're going to make it through everything because you've already made it through some of the toughest times in your life already, right? If you can make it through a lot of that stuff, why can't you make it through this stuff, right? And know that no matter what happens, no matter what, you're going to be okay. And it's going to eventually work out. It may not work out the way you think it should right away. It may take time, but it's okay. And you're going to be okay. You are more than enough and you are amazing inside and out. Keep smiling no matter what nobody says because their saying is not your truth. Their words are not who you are. It's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. Don't answer to no bullshit. Ignore that shit. They not worth it. And anybody who tries to put somebody else down or treat them like shit or be a bad person, it's because they're hurt. It's because they're not happy. It's because they're trying to pull you down to their level, right? The old adage of hurt people is very true. They've got some unresolved issues that they need to go to therapy for. Whether they were abused as a child, no matter what happened to them, something is wrong in their life of why they're trying to make you feel like shit or make you feel bad. Because that's why they're doing it, because they're hurting themselves. And they don't know how to deal with it. They've not went to the therapy to help themselves. And some people choose to rise above and be a better person when they've been through trauma, but some people decide to lash out and try to hurt others because they're hurting. And it's all they know how to do. It's all they know how to do. That's the way they deal with their pain, by trying to make pain on other people. So don't, I would say, feel sorry for those people because you know that they're mentally not all there. You know something's wrong with them. Just shake your head and go, you know what? I'm going to pray for you because I know there's something real bad that's happened in your life that you're not dealing with. And you're just trying to hurt others because you're extremely unhappy. And you will never have a good life until you fix this issue. So when you know that people are like that, just realize they're doing that because they're super unhappy in their real life. Feel sorry for them. Feel sorry for them because they ain't got nothing. When people try to bring you down and try to hurt you for no apparent reason because they're so hateful and so hurtful, realize they ain't gonna have nothing, because if they treat you like that, they're gonna treat everybody in their real life like that, which means that they ain't got no friends, no family, and people who truly care about them because of the way they're acting. And they don't realize if they were to go get help and change and be a better person, that people would actually care and people would actually love them for them. Right? But they can't get that because they're so stuck in their own ways. They're so stuck in trying to hurt other people because they've been hurt. And they're not working on it and making it better. So don't be ashamed to go work on it and make it better so you don't turn into those people. Right? Don't take out your pain on others. It ain't their fault. But I want y'all to smile today and all days and just keep living life. Go out there and look right now outside, and I want you to look at the sun shining. I want you to look at the birds chirping, the breeze as it's blowing, the winds, the leaves moving, and the little bitty flower that's popping up in the darkness. And think about yourself in this fact. If that little bitty flower that's growing, right, and it's in darkness all the time, and it's in pain, it's in bad things, right? But that flower, it just said, I'm gonna grow anyway, and I'm gonna keep going. Say that about yourself. Look at the moss that's growing. Look at the little animals that are chirping along and just going about their day, right? They're just going about their day. They don't live in fear. They don't live in the pain. They don't stay in it. They just move on and move about their business, knowing at any moment could be that they could walk up on a predator, right? But they just keep going. They don't stop. Why do we allow our mental to tell us to stop? Why don't we keep going? Why are we letting the worries of others worry us? Right? I want y'all all to really take time and take care of yourselves, take care of your mental health. Make sure that you are, taking time out to do something that you enjoy to do, whether it be reading a book, listening to music, singing, even if you think you can't sing, um, walking through the forest, planting a plant, whatever that makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting others, go do it. You're not hurting anything, you're actually helping yourself, go do it. Even if physical limitations keep you back, get in a wheelchair, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Even if let's say you have to change the way you do something because of a physical limitation, you may not be able to run a marathon anymore. And let's say you love running, and let's say that you can't run anymore, right? Well, you may have to find a different way to do something. You know what I'm saying? You may have to find a different way to do the thing that you enjoy to do, but you can still do it. Even if you had to do it in a video game, right? You're still doing it. It's just a different way. So let's say something, let's say that I couldn't speak tomorrow, but I love to sing. Well, I could go and I could listen to somebody else sing, right? I could still enjoy it. I could still enjoy the things that I love to do, even if I wasn't able to do it anymore. I may find something else that I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? I may find something else that I can do. Don't stop. Don't let anybody make you have a bad day. They're not worth it. And it's not worth it. So you just keep smiling, have a good day, keep laughing, keep your head up. Tell people that you love them today because they may not be here tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you something. I've said this to multiple people. If you've got a good mother, a good father, a good cousin, a good brother, sister, best friend, whatever it may be, don't let them go without knowing that you love them. Don't just say it, show it. Go up to them and tell them you appreciate them. Go up to them and tell them, you know what? I love you. And I want you to know that. I know I'm not a touchy-feely person, and I don't say it all the time, but I want you to know that I appreciate you. I care about you. I love you. And just that random little act of kindness. You see somebody on the street and they're coming into the store and you really love the shirt that they got on, or you think their hair looks gorgeous that morning, or you think that you like their truck, or whatever it may be. Tell them, because that little small act of kindness can change somebody's day from a bad day to a good day, because you never know what someone else is going through. You never know if someone else is having a bad, depressive day. And just because you saying, hey, I like your hair, I like your fan plush, you look cute today, if it could change their day from the worst day possible to the best day for them, how it can change their mental health. And every small act of kindness can change this world. It takes all of us to do it, not just one of us. But if we can just keep doing that, maybe somebody else will think to do that, and so on and so forth. And so when they have that that old adage or that old verbiage to say that every small act of kindness can change the world, it can. That's what I do. Also, Georgia Peach, sometimes a smile can change somebody else's day. Just you sitting there smiling at a person, you know what I'm saying? Just sometimes laughs and smiles are contagious, right? In a good way, and can change a person's frown and can make them smile. And just you being, showing your happiness and being yourself. Like, I act like a fool in public sometimes just to make other people laugh, just to make other people smile. Because my one thing is, if I can change or make one person smile that day, my job is done. And if I got more than one, hey, that's a plus. But I always strive for at least one person. But if I can get more than one person to smile that day, that's a plus. That's an add-on bonus, right? Um, because just that little bit, you never know, could add up and, you know, spread. There's enough evil and hatefulness in this world as it is. And there's enough evil and hateful people. So my saying is, I'm going to try to add happiness and love to it and all the good things. Boomer, come here, Dutch. Speaking of which, our puppy Duchess, I believe, is trying to have her first heat, so we've got to get her some puppy diapers, and then we're getting her fixed next week. We believe that she is trying to, so you know, we believe she's trying to have that. So we got to see what's going on here, and whatnot. So I may not be able to go to New York like I had planned because so I may be just having my normal lives next week because obviously I cannot leave her during her time and we were actually planning on getting her fixed in the next 2 weeks anyway, but we didn't know her exact age when we got her, if that makes sense. And so she's got to get fixed because we not gonna have no puppies. No, we're not. No, we're not. And we sure ain't gonna have no weird mixed breed feist pit bull, uh, uh, golden husky puppies. Weird ass mixes. We sure not gonna do that, are we, Dutch? No. Yeah, so mama gotta get the baby fixed. Yeah, gotta take her to the doctors. Yeah, gotta take the baby. I thought we still had a little time, but I guess we don't. But I want to say that and Georgia Peach, good morning, beautiful. I forgot to say good morning. Look at me being a rude ass bitch. Um, I think you are a beautiful human inside and out. And when I was saying the other day that I missed you, I miss everyone. Like when I don't see you, Georgia girl, Georgia Peach, and I don't see Georgia girl, and I don't see, it's because I care. Because I want to make sure you're okay, right? And I want to make sure that everybody's having a good day and everybody's fine. And I hope with everything that happened that you're feeling better. I know how that situation goes. It's not fun and it leaves you in pain and you feel like crap. Um, Not because I necessarily, oh, I want you to be at my life. No, I just want to make sure you're okay. I truly care about each and every one of you. I want you to know that. When I ask, it's like, where you been? You all right? You all right over there? Let me know you okay. All right. Like when I don't see Miss Justice, I want to know she's okay. But if I see her somewhere else, I'm like, okay, she's fine. Whoo, good Lord, sweet baby Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Because I worry about y'all when I don't get to see y'all. Because I actually care. And I pay attention. You know, and some people think they're not going to be missed when they're not here. No. When I don't see you, trust me, I pay attention. I know. Like I know Miss Beth. I've seen her a few chats after. I'm so glad to see her that she's fine. When I don't see y'all here, I'm like, they all right? They okay? All right. You know what I'm saying? Because when you truly care and you notice somebody's not doing their norm or they're missing or something, you want to make sure they're okay. And I know that some people think they wouldn't be missed if they weren't here. Yes, you would. You would totally be missed. You don't even realize it. People would totally be like, where the hell they at? You know what I'm saying? Are they okay? You know what I mean? It's because if you truly care about people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm one of those people that I truly care about each and every one of you. And when I notice you ain't around for a little while, I'm questioning, are you okay? And all I want to know, if you have to disappear, because real life always comes first, right? Real life always comes first. Take care of your mental health, take your mental breaks. All I need you to do for me is if you see me make a community wall post or you see a live of mine, just type under that bitch, I'm okay. That's all I need to know. Because I don't want you necessarily having to come on here and say anything that's going on in your real life, right? Because sometimes it's not for everybody to know, right? I just need to know I'm okay. I'm like, all right, I know they okay. real life is lifing for him right now. I'll see him when I see him. Real life is lifing because real life always comes first. You taking care of you always comes first. I just want to know you all right. I just want you to go, bitch, I'm okay. I'll be like, all right. I've always said that real life comes first, right? Real life always goes first. Just let me know you all right. They'll be like, bitch, I'm cool. I'm like, okay. I just wanted to know you cool. That's all. Because, you know, when you're a person like me who actually cares about people, you notice when people like are gone for a week or 2 weeks or 3 or 4 days. And when I don't see somebody I know I've seen for 2 weeks straight and all of a sudden they disappear for 3 or 4 days, I'm like, they all right? They okay? Everything good? And most of the time, most people come back, they're okay. They just take a mental break or whatever, or had real life going on, you know? But real life always comes first. And you taking care of yourself and taking your mental breaks are very, very, you know, well received. But I'm fixing to get off here. I got to deal with these damn dogs, y'all. Sweet baby Jesus. Y'all pray for me. I need prayer right now. Because everything that could go on has went on. I still ain't found them 2 puppies at home yet. Still trying to do that. Still dealing with trying to get the Humane Society to get on the damn ball. So I'm still feeding those 2 puppies with my 4 dogs. So, child, I'm going through 50 pounds of dog food like it ain't shit. Which is putting a strain on financials. But it is what it is. And tomorrow, we do go to my son's specialist. So, I won't be able to tell y'all what the doctor says until Friday morning, right? But Thursday, tomorrow, after my live, my son will be going to the specialist. So we'll be able to hear more of what he thinks with all those test results and everything else. I don't know what he's going to say until we get there. But I'll let y'all know if anything goes crazy or if anything's, you know, what's going on with that. I know it's been a crazy 2 months. But I want to tell y'all how much I love y'all today, tomorrow, and the next. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm still going to do it. And I want y'all to know to have a good day. And I care about all of you. And if I was a rich person, which I am not, you know what I'm saying? I would love to do more for animals, for people that I care about, and for all y'all good people. I just want you to know that I love you all today, tomorrow, the next. Keep smiling, my angels, and huggies. And thank you to Replay Gang, anybody who hit that like button, share, subscribe, became a member, so on and so forth. You know, I'm thankful for everything, and I appreciate every damn one of you just for being here this morning, just chilling with me, just talking. And y'all have y'all a good day. I'll see y'all later. All right? Bye.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm breaking my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the TUPELO. I'm breaking my hood to the day that I go. From the TUPELO. I'm breaking my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the TUPELO. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Adder Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Captain C banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still. Crystalline swinging down on 1800, watching out for them knuckleheads that be stanging round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about round 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking around 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue were promising OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, Charles Blue, a big Anthony using P.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm breaking my